Hey, good morning, everyone. Wow, I'm Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. Although today, what I'm using is the Kipper deck rather than the Lenormand because it's a Saturday. Well, I'm hoping it's a Saturday. That's what my computer's telling me. It did remind me that I use a different deck when it's weekends. So, just checking. Oh, Oreo wants to go out. Hang on a sec. Come on. Apologies for that. I usually do not leave the chair when I'm doing the live stream for these. Anyway, we're here for the card reading, so let's get into it. I said who I am, didn't I? Yes. Here we go. The cards. Whoops. And I forgot to put them down to the regular size. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, I must have slept in too long because I did have a lovely sleep in. This is the Kipper deck that I'm using. It's a fortune-telling deck and it's by Ciro Marchetti, this particular design, which I absolutely love because I really enjoy his artwork. Oh, there, I'm over there. And here's the guidebook for this deck. I will be using it because I'm not familiar with all the meanings and descriptions and interpretations of the cards with these. We've only got 3 to read and it's not going to be difficult, but they're very interesting looking cards actually. It looks very and it is more about people and relationships, events, this one, rather than with the Lenormand being all a range of key words and the rest. This is more about the people. So what we have, the main theme is card 34, and we're looking at occupation here. In the home space, we've got imprisonment, and in the workspace, we've got thief. So an interesting combination of the energies with this. So I'll zoom in first, and then I'll grab the guidebook so we can better see the cards. Hopefully you can see them in a bit more detail. And occupation, obviously it's a sewing machine, and it's a funny thing that this morning as I was walking past my sewing room door or my junk room, you know, those types of rooms that everyone has in a house, the one that's got a lot of stuff just thrown in, it is my sewing room. I've got my sewing machine in there and I thought, I wonder when I'm going to be using that one again next. I've got to clean it out and reorganise the whole room. So here we are, an occupation. So our theme is, here we meet a seamstress in her workroom, stitching fabric on a treadle sewing machine. She appears to be deeply absorbed and working late into the evening. So she's doing skilled handwork as a trade, but it is hard and not well paid. This worker, now Oreo goes for it. This worker doesn't have a cushy desk job with a bright career. This card can represent self-employment, freelancing, do-it-yourself work, piecework, what you cobble together from her, full stop. I needed a breath there. It does have that. From her sense of absorption, it can also represent a hobby, sport, craft, or avocation you devote much effort to. I think that's meant to be a vocation with a space in it. Typo. And thus, it means starting something, beginning a project, spending a lot of effort. And it's usually associated with autumn, Mabon, as far as the pagan. So, interesting interpretation. Now, this booklet does give 2 other interpretations. I'm just going to read that one because it is about starting a new project, something that you've got a little bit of a passion for, something that you've got an interest in, or because it's a weekend, start something that's a new hobby. Take what is your interest and bring into it your focus that you are totally absorbed in the pleasure of the learning or the doing and creating that's going to be a finished, completed product, something that you can say, wow, I've done this weekend. You know, that's what I'm feeling from this. It does suggest here just beginning the project, but it could be the completion of it as well, all in one fell swoop over the weekend, or just one stage, start. It could be that you already have things going and need to, keep moving forward with it. This is the message we're getting. Move forward with what is your project, your little piece of hobby, passion, whatever it is for this weekend, okay? Now, let's have a look at this one, card 29, imprisonment in the home space. Now, no one's commented yet, which means probably I don't have too many watching, because either notifications didn't get sent out by Facebook, YouTube, etc., or you're quite happy to just watch along. Don't require comments, not a problem. And here we go from, and I'm just popping this one up to show an example. This is how your comment will show up. That's the psychic.online, where you can book readings. You pay for them and I do the reading for you once I interact and ask you, what questions would you like to find answers for? Okay, and we have got Kay just popped in with a comment. Morning, Ros, and all with those gorgeous hearts. And look how lovely they look all in the row. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now, our next one, imprisonment. Wow, in the home space. Probably that feeling of being, a feeling of being trapped and imprisoned. It's not really the case. I love how the card itself, I forgot to describe the card, but we can see automatically that this is the sewing and all the fabrics and the rest. But have a look at that gorgeous lock. I love it. I think it's a very nice design of a lock, and the little mouse, I bet you the little mouse is going to help get us out of it. It's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? Now, on this challenging card, so I've had a feeling we're going to have a couple of challenges today, not besides the fact that for me it'd be remembering how the heck do I sew, use this machine, thread it up, all of that type of thing, which if I wanted to, my sewing machine is accessible in a corner in the room quite easily. I could do some sewing. It'd just need a bit of finagling. This here, how are we going to finagle out of this one? So let's have a look. On this challenging card, we see a pair of battered hands clutching the iron bars in harsh prison. The tattered sleeves offer scant cover to a set of bony wrists. Literally, this card is a prison, jail, asylum, rehab centre, bank or military barracks. More abstractly, it stands for any locked, off-limits and secured place. It represents a sense of confinement, imprisonment, isolation, a desperate motionlessness. So while, this card doesn't have a time limit apparently. It's that feeling, and I'm going to continue on with the next interpretation that someone here has written, and I've got to look at the initials. SW being, I'm trying to think, there's 3 authors that put this particular interpretation together. So it can represent being trapped, whether in a relationship, job or situation. So we're in the home space, so it's that feeling of being trapped, which is what I had considered as my initial instinct for this particular card. So just know that it's not, it's not a forever, even though there's no timeline for this. I think what we need to do is change our perspective of what is the imprisonment. Sometimes we can feel immobile, whether it's because there's something that we fear coming into our presence. Not everybody fears mice, where usually our reaction when we see them moving around in the background is, we squeal and squeak and carry on. It's not that they're a big, nasty, horrible thing. It's just that they're going about their thing. They've surprised us and we are fearful of the surprise. And sometimes what they leave behind with their little dirty poopies and peas, because most especially it's usually in a pantry and they've nibbled through some of our food. In this, I think it is that sense of being able to come to terms. I think in a sense it looks like this mouse is creating a relationship, a friendship of sorts, and how can I help you? So even in the small unexpected places that we might have, people trying to help us. Be open to what you can do for others and what they can do for you is what I'm feeling with this, so that there may be a situation where where you can be helping someone out of what they feel is their prison, or that you can ask for help or receive help from someone who's helping you out of what might feel like that stuckness, imprisonment, that is, sometimes it can be that overcoming feeling of can't get out of this. Have that sense around you. Yes, it's a challenge today, but still, being open to what is possible to move you on from that and unlock that door, okay, so that you are set free. That's what I'm feeling from that. So it can be the combination of like using whatever occupation. It doesn't have to be this with what is our, what we're wanting to start as a hobby and the rest. It could just be, well, I don't have a hobby. I'm stuck. What can I do? Just opening yourself up to having a quick look on your internet, something, or, look into your heart. What do you like doing? And if it's being out in open air, go for a walk. Start some sort of a challenge with yourself as to how far can you go today, how far tomorrow, and start something like that. If it's your passion, if it's something that you'd love to do, go and start doing it. Now, as we move over to that is the thief, I'm going to check the comments, and we've got Shaz here. Hi all. Facebook tried to hide you from me. Updates are difficult at times. Absolutely, which is why I sort of commented. I'm not fussed with not having comments. I'm so fully more aware these days of how Facebook is. Their algorithm is just all over the place. And even if we tick the notifications for all, we don't get them all. And what we fed in the stream, sometimes it's just rubbish. It's not something I want to see. The process of learning different ways around training it instead of it training us, it's interesting. Have an open mind for what you can learn about what else is around, because that's what I'm doing with creating my community elsewhere. I want to have something that I know can't have the rug ripped out under my feet and closed off and everything, and I'm able to maintain my own space then. Which, when I've got it ready, you'll hear about it. So I'm still exploring the avenues, because there's so many, like anything, there's a multitude of different options that is available. I just need to be choosing one and going with it, which is what I'm doing. I'm doing the analysis and choosing part now. Thief is card 24. Let me go over to that page. It's a very challenging and negative card. So we've got challenging and negatives. Remember, this is in your workspace. So if you're at work today or thinking about your work, this is what it's referencing. So, yeah, you can see that there's a little pickpocket. It just brings to my mind Oliver Twist, that play or whatever it's called. I think it is set in this time. Let's read what the story is from this card, okay? So we're here at Thief in the workspace. This is a very challenging and negative card. In a dark and foggy alley with distant gas lamps on the wrong side of Marble Arch, we meet that ragamuffin pickpocket, the thief. Literally, this card means theft, embezzlement and loss, either material or emotional. If the card's in front of or above the significator, that's to do with a grunter blow in the spread. Anyway, we may recoup the loss. What I would take this as is, yes, we recoup the loss. That's what I'm getting from Spirit. So don't worry about that part of it. It's going to be shown and revealed. The where and recovery, of course. Behind, below, far away. All right, that's to do with the distance away, etc., etc. More abstractly, it stands for what's been taken away, removed, separated, distant or absent. So thief can stand for few or fewer, in contrast with sudden wealth, which stands for many. So when this appears, you should be warned. If either indicates a loss, not just in the literal sense of theft, but simply missing out on something. Okay, the thief card can sometimes represent dishonesty of thought and approach rather than a physical act. Okay, just remember and consider that what was honestly earned is genuinely yours. Okay, so excuse me. I think it is certainly bringing us an awareness and that warning that in our workspace we do need to be very careful and mindful of that's behind the scenes beside us. You know, this one is where the gentleman is walking into shadow because the lamp's behind. Almost dark alley feeling, but it's the subterfuge, the surreptitiousness of some acts. And the thief, a good professional pickpocket they had to be in that respect. And there's a young lady looking on. You almost think with the colours and the way she's laughing that she's in the know and one of the ladies of the night. Just gives that feeling. But so it does bring that's going to be a downer. Bring your mind to observation instead of judgment, and knowing that whatever it is that's happening in your workspace, it will be revealed, they will be caught. And that is potentially bad ideas will also come out of the shadows, okay? That's what I'm feeling. So in whichever way you're going to be moving through your day today, if you're working or whether you are able to take on something new, and this something new could be a new direction for something that you're going to do in your workspace as well, get the wheels in motion and start, because that energy that we're having that gives us pause to question, you know, take a breath and allow that is the offerings of help or you helping others to be fully in flow, so that everything will be as it's going to be revealed. Okay, I'm feeling that there is the revealing of something a little bit sus there potentially in the workspace, and have fun with whatever this new occupation is going to be for you. Okay. So that is the reading for today. I'll check the comments again. Good morning, Julia. Lovely to see you here this morning as well with your comment. Thank you. I'll leave it there. I still have to have my breakfast because I did sleep in. At least I've done the usual stuff of shower and being here for the reading. Now I'll go and have breakfast. I've taken my tablets too, because that's an important part of the process of my start of the day. In whatever way you spend your day, I hope it's got many blessings and happiness, and keep being the best you that you can be, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.